actually don't need to choose
I
one.
know, you sit with the cocaine.
Yes.
Just take one.
So we is 5.
Saloni is 5.
Your second
Okay,
check
put it back.
Okay. Just keep your if we can make sure if you have a phone that all the phones are off, please.
You'll have to put up the chair.
Yes.
Who's first?
Just pull up to the chair to where you're at.
Eight minutes, 10 seconds is the 8 minutes, 10 seconds. Hello, I'm Vishali Chatterjee and I will be performing Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Something you need to know. Crowley is a demon and Aziraphale is an angel, and they have been in the cohort since the beginning of time. Crowley, the snake from the Garden of Eden, now a London-living, sunglass-wearing, die-hard fan of Queen, ambassador of electricity and snakeskin shoes. He also doesn't blink much. Aziraphale, the angel from Eden, part-time dealer of rare books, sushi enthusiast, hater of Sound of Music. Crowley's enemy, of course, but an enemy for about 6,000 years now, which made him sort of a friend. Now, the Antichrist is on Earth, and Armageddon is afoot. At the moment, Crowley and Aziraphale are working together, devising ways to stop Armageddon. Sitting in St. James's Park, or feeding the ducks. We'll win Armageddon, of course. But you don't want that win, right? Why not? After we win, life will be better. It won't be as interesting. Look, you'd be as happy with the harp as I do with the pitchfork. You know we don't play harps. And we don't use pitchforks. Us be rhetorical. But people are more than happy for it to happen, you know. It's what it's all about. The great final test. The whole tedious business. And then what? Game over and sold coin. Sometimes I find your methods of expression a little difficult to follow. But that's ineffable wisdom for you, I'm afraid. You've got it. How long do you think we've got? The prophecies differ, certainly to the end of the century, although we may expect certain phenomena before them. Phenomena? What? You know, and the world into an ancient common tumpty one, or 2, or 3. Well, let's go somewhere warm. I'm cold. Let's have lunch. I owe you one from. When was it again? Paris, 1793. Oh yes, the reign of terror. Was that one of yours or one of ours? Wasn't it yours? Can't recall. It was quite a good restaurant though. Come on, let's go to the Ritz. The Antichrist had been on Earth for 15 hours, and one angel and one demon had been drinking solidly for 3 of them. The point that I'm trying to make is dolphins. And fish? No. It's a mammal. It's the actual mammal. Differences. Are they made out of water? Don't think so. Pretty sure that's not it. Something about being young. But the point is, their brains. but then with brains and a zap. Alright, I don't like it any more than you do. But just to think about it, you know what eternity is? You know what eternity is? I mean, do you know what eternity is? This is big mountain, see? A mile high, at the very end of the universe. And once every 1,000 years, there's a little bird. The same bird every 1,000 years? Well, yeah. Not the ancient bird then. Well, every 1,000 years, this bird flies all the way to the mountain and sharpens the beak. Hold on. You can't do that. Between here and the end of the universe, there's loads of bugger all, dear boy. It doesn't matter. Aha! The bird could use spaceship. Yeah, if you like. Anyway, this bird sharpens the beak on the mountain and it flies back in the spaceship, and after 1,000 years, it goes and does it all again. Seems like a lot of effort just to sharpen a beak. Listen, the point is that when the bird has gone down the mountain to nothing, right? Then you still won't have finished watching The Sound of Music. And you'll enjoy it, you really will. My dear boy, heaven, you won't have a choice. Listen, heaven has no taste. No, and not one single sushi restaurant. I can't cope with this when I'm drunk. I can't interfere with divine plans. So what about diabolical ones? Pardon? Well, it's got to be a diabolical plan, hasn't it? We're doing it. My side. But your side can't do anything without being part of the overall ineffable divine plan. You wish. No, that's the thing. What do you call it in your colorful idiom? The line at the bottom? The bottom line? Yes, it's that. Then you can't be certain, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't be certain that thwarting isn't part of the divine plan too. I mean, you're supposed to thwart the wiles of the evil at every turn, aren't you? Broadly. Actually, I encourage humans in the actual thwarting because of ineffability. You understand? Right. So all you gotta do is thwart. Because if I know anything, then the birth is just a start. It's the upbringing that's important. It's the influences. Certainly our side won't mind me thwarting you. They won't mind that at all. Right. It'd be a real feather in your wing. But genetics? Oh, don't you tell me from genetics. What have they got to do with it? Look at Satan. Created as an angel, grows up to be the great adversary. Hey, if you're going to go on about genetics, you might as well say that the kid grew up to be an angel. Besides, his father was really big in heaven nowadays. Saying he grew up to be a demon just because his dad was one is like saying a mice with his tail cut off will give birth to tailless mice. No, upbringing is everything. Take it from me. And without unopposed final influences, well, of course, hell will have to start all over again. And Earth is at least 11 other years. That's got to be worth something, hasn't it? And suppose it was a trial. And it'll be for the child's own good in the long run. We'll be godfathers, sort of. Overseeing his religious upbringing. You know, I've never actually thought of that. Godfathers? Well, I'll be damned. Being a demon or an angel was supposed to mean you have no free will. But you couldn't hang around humans for a very long without learning a thing or two.
any living soul. Why, he scarcely knows my name, let alone what it stands for. It stands for despair, bewilderment, futility, degradation, and premeditated murder. But little does he know. I don't know his name either. I haven't any idea what it is. Jukes would be my guess from the look in his eyes. How do you do, Mr. Jukes? And how is that dear little brother of yours with the two heads? And now, why did he have to come around me with his low requests? And I had to go and tell him that I adore to dance with him? I cannot understand why I wasn't struck down dead. And yes, being struck down dead would look like a day in the country compared to struggling out a dance with this boy. But what could I do? Everyone else at the table had got up to dance, except him and me. There I was trapped like a trap in a trap. What can you say when a man asks you to dance with him? I most certainly will not dance with you. I'll see you in hell first. Why, thank you, I'd like to, but I'm having labor pains. No, there is nothing for me to do but say I adore to. Why, I think it's more of a waltz, really, isn't it? We might just listen to the music a second, shall we? Oh yes, it's a waltz. Mine? Why, I'm simply thrilled. I'd love to waltz with you. I'd love to waltz with you. I'd love to waltz with you. I'd love to have my tonsils out. I'd love to be in a midnight fire at sea. Well, it's too late now. We're getting underway. Oh dear, dear. This is worse than I thought it was going to be. I suppose that's one dependable law of life. Everything is always worse than you think it's going to be. Oh, if I had any real grasp of what this dance would be like, I'd have held out for sitting it out. Well, it will probably amount to the same thing in the end. We'll be sitting it out on the floor in a minute if he keeps this up. Why can't we stay in one place just long enough to get acclimated? It's this constant rush. That's the curse of American life. That's the reason we're all, ow! For God's sake, don't kick, you idiots. Oh, my shin, my poor shin that I've had ever since I was a little girl. Oh, no, goodness no. It didn't hurt the least little bit. And anyways, it was my fault. Really, it was. Truly. Well, you're just being sweet to say that. It really was all my fault. I wonder what I'd better do. Kill him this instant with my naked hands, or wait and let him drop in his traces. Maybe it's best not to make a scene. Maybe he didn't do it maliciously. Maybe it's just his way of showing his high spirits. I suppose I ought to be glad that one of us is having such a good time. I suppose I ought to think myself lucky if he brings me back alive. Maybe it's too much to demand of a practically strange man that he leaves your shins as he found them. Yes, it's lovely, isn't it? It's simply lovely. It's the loveliest waltz. Isn't it? Oh, I think it's lovely too. Ow, get off my instep, you hulking peasant. What do you think I am, anyway? A gangplank? Ow! No, of course it didn't hurt. Why, it didn't a bit. Honestly, it was all my fault. You see, that little step of yours, well, it's perfectly lovely, but it's just a tiny bit tricky to follow at first. Oh, did you work that up yourself? You really did? Oh, aren't you amazing? Oh, no, I think I've got it. I was watching you do it when you were dancing before. It's awfully effective when you look at it. It's awfully effective when you look at it. I bet I'm awfully effective when you look at me. My hair's hanging along my cheeks, my skirt is swaddling about me. I can feel the cold damp of my brow. I must look like something out of the Fall of the House of Usher. Is that orchestra never going to stop playing? Or must this obscene travesty of a dance go on until hell burns out? Oh, they're going to play an encore? Oh, goody! Oh, that's lovely. Tired? I should say I'm not tired. I'd like to go on like this forever. I should say I'm not tired. I'm dead. That's all I am, dead. I wonder why I didn't tell him I was tired. I wonder why I didn't suggest going back to the table. Still, if you're back at the table, I'd probably have to talk to him. Look at him. What can you say to a thing like that? Did you go to the circus this year? What's your favorite kind of ice cream? How do you spell cat? I guess I'm as well off here, as well off as if I were in a cement mixer in I was in a hurricane in the West Indies. There was a day I got my head cut open in the taxi smash. There was a night a drunken lady threw a bronze ashtray at her own true love and got me instead. There was that summer that the sailboat kept capsizing. What an easy, peaceful time was mine until I fell in with Swifty here. I think my mind is beginning to wander. It almost seems to me as if the orchestra were stopping. It couldn't be. Of course, it could never, ever be. And yet, in my ears, there's a silence like the sound of angel voices. Oh, they've stopped? The mean things. They're not going to play anymore? Oh, darn. Oh, do you think they would? Do you really think so? If you gave them $20? Oh, that would be lovely. I'd simply adore to go on waltzing. Thank you.
In this short story, the narrator uses an incident at the LaGuardia bathroom to introduce us to his sister, Tiffany, who has some pretty unorthodox viewpoints. From the random objects she collects to the way she tiles her floor, Tiffany is one of a kind. Put a Lid on It by David Sparrows. In a bathroom at LaGuardia Airport, I watched a man take a cell phone from his jacket pocket, step into an empty stall, and proceed to dial. I assumed he was going to pee and talk at the same time, but looking at the space beneath the door, his pants were gathered around his ankles. He was sitting in the toilet. Most airport calls begin with geography. I'm in Kansas City, he would say. I'm at Houston. I'm at Kennedy. When asked where he was, the man on the phone said simply, I'm at the airport. What do you think? The sounds of a public toilet are not the sounds one would associate with an airport, at least not a secure one. So his, what do you think, struck me as unfair. The person he was talking to obviously felt the same way. What do you mean, what airport? The man said. I'm at LaGuardia, and put me through to Marty. A short while later, I was in Boston. My sister, Tiffany, met me in the lobby of my hotel and suggested we spend the rest of the afternoon at her place. The bellman hailed a cab, and as we got in, I told her the story of the man at LaGuardia. I mean, he actually placed a call while sitting on the toilet. Tiffany is big on rules, but allows a pretty wide margin when it comes to mortal sin. Rape, murder, the abandonment of children, these are taken on a case-by-case basis. What riles her are small things, and in denouncing them, she tends towards proclamations, most beginning with the words, a person doesn't. A person doesn't go around making things pine cones, she'll say. Or, a person doesn't use the word weenie when talking about a hot dog. It isn't cute, it isn't funny, it isn't done. In telling Tiffany about the man on the toilet, I expected a certain degree of outrage. I expected a proclamation. But instead, she said only, I don't believe in cell phones. But you do believe in placing calls while sitting on the toilet? Well, it's not a belief, she said. But I mean, sure. I thought again of the LaGuardia bathroom. But can't people guess what's going on? How do you explain the noise? My sister held an imaginary phone to her mouth, and then she scrunched up her face and adopted the strained, broken voice commonly associated with heavy lifting. I say, don't mind me! I'm just trying to get the lid off this jar! Turning to our cab driver, Tiffany asks, do you mind if I smoke? And before he can answer, her cigarette is lit. You can have one too if you want, she says. It won't bother me in the least. The man, who is Russian, smiles into the rearview mirror, revealing a mouthful of gold teeth. Whoa, Daddy, we know where you bank, Tiffany says. And it's around this point I start to wish one of us knew how to drive. Like our undoubtedly be sitting up front, complimenting the man on his signaling abilities, and then, just for good measure, making fun of his ID photo or the name printed beneath it. These days, while the rest of the world sleeps, my sister goes through garbage. She carries a flashlight and a pair of rubber gloves and comes across a surprising number of teeth. "But none like yours," she says to our cab driver. "Most of the ones I find are false." "Most?" I say. In addition to the teeth, my sister finds anniversary cards and ceramic ponies, angry letters written but not sent to congressmen, underpants and charm bracelets. "Last week I found a turkey," she tells us. I wait, thinking this is only half the sentence. "I found a turkey made of paper mache. I found a turkey and buried it in the yard." When it becomes clear that there is no part two, I start to worry. "What do you mean you found a turkey?" "Frozen," she says, "in the trash." "And what did you do with it?" "Well, what do most people do with a turkey?" she says. "I cooked it and ate it." This is a test, and I failed, saying all the boring things you might expect of the comfortable. That the turkey was undoubtedly thrown away for good reason. That it had possibly been recalled, like a batch of tainted fish sticks. Or maybe someone tampered with it. "Who would intentionally mess with a frozen turkey?" she asks. I try envisioning such a person, but nothing comes. "Okay, maybe it had thawed and been frozen. That's dangerous, right?" "Listen to you," she says. "If it didn't come from Balducci's, if it wasn't raised on polenta and wild baby acorns, it has to be dangerous." That's not what I meant at all, but just as I try to explain myself, she places her hand on the driver's shoulder. "If someone offered you a perfectly good turkey, you'd take it, wouldn't you?" The man says yes, and she pats him on top of the head. "Mama likes you," she says. She's gotten him on her side, but unfairly, and I'm surprised by the degree to which it enrages me. There's a difference between someone offering you a perfectly good turkey and finding a turkey in a garbage can, I say. "God, it was just one turkey. Ease up, will you?" The last time I visited, Tiffany was pulling up the linoleum. I'd assumed this was part of the process, phase 1 to be followed by phase 2. It hadn't occurred to me that this was a one-step procedure. The final product, a tar paper floor. Combine it with bare feet and you're privy to the pedicurist's worst nightmare. My sister has appendages connected to her ankles. They feature toes and arches, but I cannot call them feet. In color, they resemble the leathery paws of great apes, but in texture, they're closer to hooves. In order to maintain her balance, she'll periodically clear the bottoms of debris. A bottle cap, bits of broken glass, a chicken bone. But within moments, she'll have stepped on something else and begun the process all over again. It's what happens when you sell both your broom and your vacuum cleaner. Tiffany stomps her lit cigarette on the tar paper floor, and as she sits on the countertop, I notice the still smoldering butt clinging to the bottom of her right hoof. "I've been doing a lot of tile work," she tells me, and I follow her finger in the direction of the refrigerator, where a mosaic panel leans against the wall. "A woman offered to buy it," she tells me, genuinely surprised that someone might take an interest. "We set a price, but then, I don't know, I feel wrong accepting that kind of money." I can understand thinking that you're not good enough, but no one needs cash more than Tiffany. "You could sell it and buy a vacuum cleaner," I suggest. "Lay some new linoleum on the floor. Wouldn't that be nice?" "What is it with you and my kitchen floor?" she says. "Who cares about the linoleum?" It's no wonder Tiffany dreads my visits. Even when silent, I seem to broadcast my prissy disapproval, comparing the woman she is with the woman she will never be. A sanitized version who struggles with real jars and leaves other people's teeth and frozen turkeys where she finds them. It's not that I don't like her. Far from it. I just worry that, without a regular job and the proper linoleum, she'll fall through a crack and disappear to a place where we can't find her.
Hi, my name is Faisal. In this politically correct version of the classic tale of the three Billy Goats Club, the author makes fun of our modern guild culture. What begins as a battle of wits ends up being an apology overload. Will the troll intimidate the goats? Will the goats outsmart the troll? Or will sensitivity take in? It's an apology overload in The Three Codependent Goats Club by James Gardner. Once on lovely mountainside lived three goats who were related as siblings. Their name was Gruff, and they were a very close family. During the winter months, they lived in a lush green valley, eating grass and doing other things in a naturally goatish manner. When summer came, they would travel up the mountainside to where the pasture was sweeter. This way, they would not overgraze the valley and kept their ecological footprint as small as possible. To get to this pasture, the goats had to cross a bridge over a wide chasm. When the first of summer came, one goat set out to cross the bridge. This goat was the least chronologically accomplished of the goats, and thus had achieved the least superiority in size. When he reached the bridge, he put on his safety helmet and grasped the handrail. But as he began to cross, a menacing growl came from beneath the bridge. Over the railing and onto the bridge leaped a troll, hairy, dirt accomplished, and odor enhanced.
Arr! I am the keeper of this bridge, and while goats may have the right to cross it, I'll eat any that try.
But why, Mr. Troll? Bleated the goat.
Because I'm a troll, and I'm proud of it. I have a troll's needs, and those needs include eating goats. So you better respect them, or else.
The goat was frightened. Certainly, sir, he stammered. If eating me would help you become a more complete troll, nothing would please me more. But I really can't commit to that course of action without first consulting my siblings. Will you excuse me? And the goat ran back to the valley. Next, the middle sibling goat came up to the bridge. This goat was more chronologically advanced than the first goat, so enjoyed an advantage in size, although this did not make him a better or more deserving goat. He was about to cross the bridge when the troll stopped him.
Nature has made me a troll, and I embrace my troll. Would you deny me my right to live the life of a troll as fully and effectively as I can?
Me? Never! Exclaimed the goat, proudly.
Then stand still there while I come over and eat you up. And don't try to run away. I would take that as personal affront.
He began to invade the goat's personal space. However, bleated the goat, I have a very close family, and it would be selfish of me to allow myself to be eaten without first asking their opinion. I have respect for their feelings too. I would hate to think that my absence would cause them any emotional stress. If I had it first...
Go then,
screamed the troll. I'll rush back here as soon as we reach a consensus, for it's not fair to keep you in suspense.
You're too kind,
sighed the troll, and the goat ran back to the valley. As his hunger grew, the troll began to feel a great grievance towards the goats. If he didn't eat at least one of them, he was determined to go to the authorities. When the third goat came up to the bridge, the troll discovered he was nearly twice the troll's size, with large, sharp horns and hard, heavy hooves. The troll felt his physical intimidation prerogative fading fast. As fear turns his insides into jelly, the troll sank to his knees and pleaded,
Oh, please, please forgive me. I was using you and your goat siblings for my own selfish ends. I don't know what drove me to it, but I've seen the error of my ways.
The goat too got down on what passed for knees in goats and said, Now, you can't take all the blame for yourself. All presence and supreme edibility put you in this situation. My siblings and I all feel terrible. Please, you must forgive us. The troll began to sob.
No! No! It's all my fault! I threatened you and bullied you all, just for the sake of my own survival. How selfish I was.
But the goats would have none of this. We were the selfish ones. We only wanted to save our own skins, and we totally neglected your needs. Please, eat me now.
No! You must butt me off this bridge for my insensitivity and selfishness.
I'll do no such thing, since we all tempted you in the first place. Here, have a chomp. Go ahead.
I'm telling you,
The troll insisted, standing up.
I'm the guilty. Now, knock me off this bridge and be quick about it.
Look, said the goat, rearing to his full height. No one's going to take away my blame for this, not even you. So eat me before I pop you in the nose.
Don't play guiltier than thou with me, Hornhead.
Hornhead, you smelly hairball, I'll show you guilt. And with that, they wrestled and bit and punched and kicked as each sought to don the mantle of blame. The other goats bounded up to the bridge and sized up the fight. Feeling guilty for not accepting enough of the blame, they joined the others in a whirling ball of hair, hooves, horns, and teeth. But the little bridge was not built to carry such weight. It shook and swayed and finally buckled, hurling the troll and the three codependent goats gruff into the chasm. On their way down, they each felt relieved that they would finally get what they deserved. Plus, as a bonus, a little extra guilt for the fate of others. Thank you.
She is ready. Wait.
In this piece, the slightly nervous, self-conscious narrator is so excited for her date, until she realizes communication might be a bit of a problem. With the music so loud, she has no idea what her date is saying. Here, we get a glimpse into the confusion that ensues in her head as she tries to make sense of it all. Drowned out by Robert Patrick. What? Oh, yes, this table will be fine. If that's what you asked. I think that's what you asked. You may have asked me to marry you or to join you in assassinating several politicians. My God, why do they play the music so loud in these places? Why do they play the music so loud in every place? Is it because jukeboxes cost $0.25 now? Is it to give you your money's worth? No, I can't possibly care about that. Yes, I like the play! I'm assuming you asked me if I liked the play. I mean, I didn't actively dislike it. I mean, I didn't throw up or screaming at the theater. It was a sort of pleasant little play that makes for interesting conversation afterwards. You smiled when you said that. You must have been pleased with my response. Oh, I'm beginning to be able to read your expressions. When I get to where I can read your lips, I'll be getting somewhere. In the meantime, I can read the table. We're obviously never going to get the menu. Have you read the table yet? I wonder if he's read any interesting tables lately. Looky here. Somebody carved life is meaningless. And their phone number. Why, yes. Sometimes I think that life is meaningless. Other times, I don't think at all. And sometimes, I think I ought to cut my bangs. Do you think I ought to cut my bangs? That was a definite smile. We're getting someplace. Now let's see, did you say, yes, I think you ought to cut your bangs at the moment you look like a pretentious lapdog? Or could you have possibly have said, please, never cut your bangs. I love your bangs. I dream of your bangs. No, that's too many syllables. Well, I think I'll bob my head back and forth in time for music. I bet I look adorable doing this. Oh, you're looking down the table. I've embarrassed you. Oh, I see. Nobody else in the place is bobbing their head or tapping their fingers. They're all engaged in meaningful conversation. How do they do that? Are there scripts you can memorize? Am I just not subscribing to the proper magazines? Oh no, I see. You're not ashamed of me at all. You're reading the table. Now you see, here's a bit of a problem. From your side, the caption beside the obscene drawing says, wow. And from my side, it reads, Mom. Gee, I'd like to share that amusing tidbit with you. Maybe I should rotate the table. If I look up from that filthy picture and smile, will I get the wrong impression? Maybe I should just look around and bobble my head and tap my fingers again. What? Now that's the silliest thing I've ever said. Perhaps I'll just nod enthusiastically. Maybe you ask me if I'm having a good time. You're nodding too. We're agreeing on something. I'm nodding harder and so are you. Hey, we're laughing together. I probably just agreed to help you hold up the place. Oh God, I did. And now you're reaching in your pocket for oh no, just $1. Oh, I know. You're gonna offer any man in this place $1 to take me away. Oh no, you're gonna offer the waitress $1 to bring us menus. Is it any wonder that I love you? Would it be any wonder if I did? Well, yes, considering that we've never said 15 consecutive words to each other. Hi, I've got a cab waiting. I think these are our seats. I think the show's starting. Let's have a drink across the street. Sweet God in heaven. The waitress is giving him 4 quarters. He's calling the paramedics to take me to the loony bin. No, there's no escape. Oh, he's walking to the jukebox and shoveling quarters in. He's wrinkling his brow and punching buttons. And I know that jukebox. I've read it. You get 5 selections for $1. I don't believe it. The music has actually stopped. I can hear plates rattling, and the cash register ka-chinging, and the paintball machine muttering, "You have defeated Koger." And here it comes back. It's true. I have defeated Koger. I'm going to be able to tell him I want out of this place. Oh boy. He found one that turned on several extra speakers. He's nodding at me with a questioning look on his face. Maybe he's asking me if I'd like to set fire to the place, a la passionately. He's not sitting down. In fact, no one's sitting down. Maybe everybody has had enough and we're going to tear the timbers down and beat the jukebox into little plastic pieces. No, couples are all embracing. Are the men going off to war? Are the women going off to the powder room? Are we all about to split up and play football? No, they're all walking out to the middle of the floor. They're all smashing roaches under their feet and grinding them into the concrete. Oh, no, could it be? Could it be? It is. They're dancing. They've surrendered to the music. My hero's choice has conquered their reserve. And there he is, standing there, holding his arms out to me. No, he's not threatening to strangle me. His hands are too far apart for that. He couldn't be telling me how big his fish is. He probably wants me to get up and dance. Oh, that's not all I could do. I could bang my face into the table until he gets the idea. Only then I'd go around with the word Mom engraved on my forehead. Oh, he's committed himself. He said, I thought we might dance, or else I'm off to fight in France. Either way, the polite thing is to throw myself into his arms. I can't just sit here clutching the table, getting chewing gum under my fingernails. All right, I'll get up and let lead me to the dance floor. He'll let go of me when we get there, and I can fall on my hands and knees and crawl to safety, wherever that may be. And I do mean wherever. All right, lead me to it. That's the spirit. That's the drive and energy that made us win in Vietnam. We didn't. Well, that's a fine time to tell me.
Niket Chandelier, and I'll be performing an interpretation of Homer Geek's Dog and Other Woeful Tales by Alan Hill. Good morning. I am Mr. Kirkines. Today is Friday, October 13th. Friday the 15th. It is also the day on which a very long, very difficult, very long-term, very potentially great, devastating assignment is due for my class. It is now 7:28 a.m. I'm expecting the first up in the office room for the next 124 seconds. You see, I've been giving this assignment for the past 23 years, and I've come to expect a particular thing on this most weighty performance. I call it the hour of desperation. From the first group of opens, I expect to have a plethora of students who include a myriad of use of why they have an expression on this monolithic universe. I look forward to the inventive, the creativity of the hour, and most of all, the sheer student desperation of the hour. Please be advised that though the students you are about to see will come with all manner of excuses, I have never ever in 23 years granted a single extension. Good morning, Mr. Kolkaneski. Ah, Jane, enter. Yes, sir. Good morning, Friday the 13th, to be exact. Right, can I talk to you about my assignment? You mean the one that's due today at the beginning of class in the mere 4 minutes? That one, yes. Go away. I was wondering if I could, maybe, well, could I put in some of the class numbers first? Different. Feel free. Okay, guys, come on in. You see, Mr. Kolkaneski, to better explain what I have to, explain, I thought it would be helpful to have some of my friends here to sort of, give you a better picture of what I mean. Okay, what would you like? I really need an extension on the assignment. Do you? Yes, I do. And why do you need an extension on this long-term, heavily weighted assignment? Because, well, you see, I never really understood the assignment. Never understood it. Well, Jane, I have to tell you that as far as excuses go, I don't understand the assignment. Ranks very high on the list. But Mr. Kolkaneski, this is different. Really? Yes, my lack of understanding runs very deep, sir. I'm pretty much stupid. Well, that's probably the mission I hear every day. Continue. Everybody here will tell you that, right, Zach?
Jane is really dumb, Mr. Kolkaneski. I say that as a boyfriend.
Lily? The word moron doesn't even begin to capture it, sir. Yeah, see? I must say, I'm hard better convinced, Jane. No, I really don't understand things. I mean, I'm all over the playground not understanding things. Nobody wanted to play with me because I just didn't understand anything. Well, this is quite a tragic tale. Yes, and it's even sad, too. So, because you do not comprehend the assignment, you believe you should have an extension. Is that correct, Jane? Yes. Let me think. No. So you're saying I can't have an extension? I think you understood me. Congratulations. Leave it now. And so it begins. That, as far as various plays I've heard throughout the years, was about 6.5. Bringing Philip Hartman's variation, or what I should have explained. Mr. Kolkaneski? Ah, another English.
Feeling fruitlessly for the lenient I've never once gotten 23.
Who knows me 24 years. Come on in. A man. You look distraught. Extremely distraught, sir.
Beautiful, desperate, needy, completely desperate. In other words, beautiful. What seems to be the trouble here?
Well, it's about the homework.
The long-term, fatally weighted, do or die assignment that's been hanging with that close to the line.
That homework, yes. Persistent as much. Go on. And my dog. Your dog. Did you say this about your homework and your dog? Now, over the years, I've heard numerous excuses, multitudes, a veritable cornucopia of cries. So do not tell me that you're going to insult my intelligence with the lowest form. Do not tell me that your dog hates your homework. Oh, Mr. Kolkaneski, it's much worse than that. You see, I've had an extremely rough night. Because, one, I gotta take this slow. You know, man, I realize this is Kolkaneski, but I have a deep, abiding love of science, just like you.
Buttering me up, very old tactic, but occasionally effective.
Won't you? You see, because of my aforementioned profound affection for science, I began experimenting in many months ago. Copernicus, of course, my dog, was fascinated by the mice and test objects, but not for scientific reason, I'm afraid. He thought of them as potential playthings.
So, how did the experiment proceed?
Extremely well. That was the problem. If only I had failed, I would never become so unbalanced, so blinded. Anyway, the results were fascinating. With alterations in diet, I'd cause all sorts of variations in the mice behavior pattern.
Surely you're not coming with an excuse. Surely you're coming with one of the most advanced research projects of all time. Sir, I'm not quite done with my account. I must include the most important part of my chronicle. What happened yesterday afternoon, the penultimate day before my project was due. I made two fatal and fatal mistakes. Yes. You see, yesterday, I let my humor get the best of me. I became reckless. I took all the food I previously been doling out to the mice, and I threw it in the cage. I was over of insanity. Not only that, I became so whimsical and foolish to leave the room. For the surprise, can you imagine? And in addition, I ran from the room and accidentally left the door ajar. Copernicus got in. Apparently, my hastily concocted cocktail of mouse fur transformed the mice into the mammalian equivalent of giant, muscular, ferocious piranha. In his canine enthusiasm, Copernicus must have entered the room and latched the door behind him. Can you imagine his terror, his horror at being trapped in that room with these hulking, hungry Schwarzenegger-like mice? And with their food supply exhausted, and with their sense of smell in hands, and with the bloodlust coursing through their bodies, these monsters focused on Copernicus. There's one more thing. The mice, apparently the dose of food I entered into them, along with a sudden violent frenzy, overloaded their systems that they all died. So now you understand, Mr. Tolkien, why I had such a terrible nightmare last night. After witnessing that awful scene of death, disappointment, heartache, and destruction, I couldn't stop vomiting. Crying and vomiting simultaneously. Not pleasant, but it's so much. I come to you this morning, man. You, as a double avid scientist, can extend me that once in a 23-year exemption to your no excuses policy. I need an excuse, Mr. Tolkien, because in fact, my homework ate my dog. Amanda, I find your story compelling. Bless you, sir. Imaginative. I thank you again, though by imaginative, I hope you don't mean that I'm quite clever here. Homework is your work. I didn't make it. In the grand scheme of things, however, I find myself weighing this question. Should I remove this fantasy well prepared story or not? I weigh and I weigh and I weigh and I weigh. And in the end, I must favor not. Can you see how this day of all other days in school brings me such joy? Another hour of desperation, chock full of wonderful excuses and dire pleasantness has come and gone, and I, Douglas Kovacineski, have withstood them all and kept my record intact. 24 years of not having a single solitary exception.